Fellow Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the Day. I made a mistake. Rest reassured is not the first time. But the mistake I want to talk about tonight is a mistake that I did here as a Toastmaster of the Day. So let me break it down for you, for those who were not here, and maybe remind those who were here. Meeting 1013. I hate 13s because it always predicts a kind of bad encounter for me. Anyway, on that day, I was well prepared as a Toastmaster of the Day, as usual, and I believe I did a professional and a very fair organization and conduction of the meeting. Until the general evaluator came along and said that he nearly fell asleep during my reign as a master of ceremony. Of course, that was a personal attack. It hurt, and obviously it kicked in my ego, and I made a mistake. I defended myself. I said stuff which was good, but whatever you say in your defense always ends up making you feel bad. And it was not just me feeling bad. Visitors felt bad about this personal attack too. One of them said, well, I'm never going to join this club. The evaluations are way too brutal for me. Some members also felt distracted, and some of them called me after the meeting to see how I was feeling. So there we are. But I'm a positive person, so I put on my scientific hat, and I wanted to drill down to understand the DNA of that situation. So what did I do? I read, I asked some people, I went on YouTube, but most importantly, I spoke to some experts in the matter. And from them, I learned that when you're facing personal attack like this, there are only two strategies that work. The first one that I'm going to share with you is called curiosity. So let me break it down. We're here facing this classic scenario that you find in a movie where the coach tells the naughty kid, "You're an idiot. You always do stuff like this. You will never achieve anything in your life." So what happened? He made it personal. You're an idiot. He made it pervasive. It applies to every aspect of your life. And he made it permanent. You will never achieve anything in your life. So this is what we call the 3 Ps. And the strategy here with curiosity is to transform the 3 Ps into the 3 Ts. So you need to drill down and understand the there, that, and then. And then in my case, the situation would be, for example, I would have to inquire with the general evaluator if he had had enough sleep that night, for example. And you continue drilling until you get to the specifics. And the specific could sound something around those lines. Okay, on that day, you didn't sleep, and you felt that my organization between the second and the third speaker was not so dynamic. Okay, I can work on that. Thank you very much. So you see, this feels very, very different than going out there and defending yourself. That's the first technique. The goal is to transform the 3 Ps into 3 Ts and be extremely specific. If, by the way, you want to make the other guy look ridiculous, you can, but that's not necessarily the point. It's being specific. The second strategy is humor. Sounds easy, but you really need to be able to put a cap on your ego and show detachment and show that you don't care. For example, I could have said, well, I'm glad I was able to solve somebody's sleeping problem tonight. And you move on. That's the second situation. So these are the two best possible strategies to deal with personal attacks. Now, to conclude, I like to say that obviously in our club, evaluations are really important and they need to be specific and constructive. But somehow, somewhere, maybe that general evaluator told me exactly what I needed to hear. Because thanks to his feedback, I was able to build 2 new strategies that really take my public speaking to the next level in terms of confidence. And for this, I'm really grateful. And this is why I love Toastmasters. Back to you.